Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Once Upon an Upside. We're here for our final Christmas recap, and we only have 3 movies to talk about this time. I'm Jess, your host, and Carrie is back with me.
Hey, guys, good to be back.
And we have Kimmy.
Hi! Merry Christmas, everybody. Glad to be back.
Okay, so for the first 2 movies were part of Saving Christmas Weekend. So again, we have our themed weekends. Our first movie was the highly anticipated Christmas in the Rockies, and this one was after her father is hurt in a timber accident, Katie Jolly must enter a lumberjack competition to save her family's business. But when the paramedic who saved her dad's life also joins the contest, a romance sparks just in time for Christmas, starring Kimberly Sue Murray and Stephen Huszar. So we were all very excited about the Woodchopping movie.
So excited. I mean, I couldn't have been more excited about this movie. I had just seen Stephen Huszar in season 5 of Chesapeake Shores, and he was excellent. He was a fantastic addition to Chesapeake Shores.
Oh boy, Carrie was swooning.
I was ready for this. Plus, it's the woodchopping, which we know our podcast loves woodchopping.
Yeah.
It's the running joke.
What happened to this movie? I mean, that synopsis right there, like, gives away this huge spoiler at the end where she all of a sudden finds out he's a part of the contest, like 20 minutes to go in the movie. And I'm like, no, we knew that from the blurb.
Right.
Like, what? That was so weird.
Yeah. This movie took so long to like really get to the point. And I think I made a comment in our chat, like it took them 30 minutes to start having like a legitimate interaction with each other. And I'm like, you've got 80 to 90 minutes to make a movie. You do not waste 20 minutes not putting your leads together, people.
Put your leads together.
Well,
like, what is happening?
Wait. He said, if you want your dad to keep his leg, then you're gonna let me do my job. That's interaction.
For 3 seconds.
Yeah, that was cool.
Doesn't count.
Oh my goodness. You know, this was kind of one of just those classic, like, I was so ready for a great, like, give me all the wood chopping, give me the competition. I'm ready for a competition movie, you know, that type of thing. And they just kind of threw a lot of melodramatic side stories at us that I'm like, yes. I don't want that. I don't want that story. I want the wood chopping story.
Yeah, I mean, the actual competition itself was my favorite part. And I think if they had made that the focus,
yes,
kind of like for those who have seen the Christmas contest, I think if they had styled this movie more like that one from Hallmark, this would have been a lot more successful.
Okay, I totally agree with that. Like, just focus on the competition. Focus on the competition, not the job in New York or the dad and the grandpa's relationship that was, you know, she was trying to piece together. What else? What other things were in there? This
her and her ex-boyfriend Jake, they wasted an awful lot of time on them, and they were already separated. I'm like, get out of that story. It's terrible anyway, you know.
Totally. I totally agree with that. And I for sure wanted Stephen Huszar to have much more airtime. He is a good actor. I mean, give him a good script and he can like take you all over the place with his vulnerability, his emotion, his humor. And he had nothing to work with here with this character.
Yeah.
I don't think.
He still did pretty well for what he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, he himself, the movie as a whole, I don't think worked very well, but he kind of shined in it.
Yeah, because each scene that he was in, I wanted to watch, you know. Plus they never showed him chopping wood. And I was like, missed opportunity.
Well, whoa. He had the competition with Jake.
Okay, I mean like literal chopping of the wood. So he threw an axe, and that was cool to see him throw.
And they had the team saw.
He did the team saw. He fell off the chainsaw, or with the chainsaw he fell off the
he did
logs.
but he did the wood the actual chopping standing on the block. It was a competition between him and Jake.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't pleased with how they showed it. They could have done so much more.
Oh, of course they could have.
Oh my gosh. But did anyone else get anxiety when for the event in the competition where they have to stand on the wood and chop down? I was like, someone's leg is going to get chopped off. This cannot be safe. Safety was really overlooked in this movie because her mom died in an accident at the lumber mill. Her dad got injured. I'm like, where is OSHA? These people are not safe.
Dad got injured at the lumber mill. She's like training with this chainsaw, and it's like this gimmick all throughout the movie that she falls off this log with the chainsaw in her hand. And every time she did that, I was like, no, like the chainsaw is gonna do something. Although I guess it never was turned on, but still,
it's sharp. You could fall and turn it on, probably on accident, as you're tumbling with the chainsaw.
Guys, can we talk about the fact that she was the only woman in a wood chopping competition with a bunch of professional lumberjacks?
watch my face.
I mean, I am all about women empowerment and all of that, but I'm also about realism. And there is no way on this green earth that a woman with diminished strength capacity, let's face it, she's small.
She's
and she hadn't picked up an axe in years. I mean, I know she trained for like a week, but
she trained for a week. Well, then give her a gold medal.
You know, I was like, I feel like her ex was like the one who should have won.
I know, yeah. Burly. He handled chainsaws and wood chopping all day.
I mean,
at his
you
job.
got her going up against all of these professional lumberjacks who have been doing this for years. And then Steven's character was a paramedic. Yeah, but he said it himself. I have to stay in shape. And he's going to the gym and working out, and he's working on those skills. And I'm just like, there is no way. There is no way.
And I kind of feel like that's why, to focus on the competition, they could have actually built into that story and made her an underdog and really kind of like, someone who should have won the competition, like disqualifies himself somehow, and she like stays faithful and steady, like that little tortoise in the hare.
Yeah.
I mean, it really could have been something awesome. And it just wasn't.
You can't win a wood chopping competition by strengthening your core. Yeah, that's just
or hiking with the hot new guy. Like
hiking with the hot new guy. It takes a little bit more than that. And it just, I mean, that is just, I can suspend my disbelief for a movie, but that was just far-fetched.
That just felt, you almost wanted her to like team up. Can you team up with Stephen Huszar's character? Can you do something? But one character I really did love. I really liked Grandpa Sam.
Oh,
I thought he was precious. Yes.
Yeah.
He was a great character.
Grandpa is a fabulous actor. The first time I ever saw him was in Anne of Green Gables, the continuing story.
What did he play in that movie?
He played the spy, or at least he acted like a spy who was looking for Jack. Right.
Oh.
Do you remember the British guy who kept on asking who kept on asking about Jack and kept on harassing Anne about him?
Wow, yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever saw him, and then he's been sprinkled throughout a ton of Hallmark and Up movies, and every time I see him, I just go, "Oh, there he is!"
He was so good, and he was so fun, and almost to the point where, like, I know the dad was a big character, and like, but I didn't even really need the dad. I just wanted Grandpa.
Just Grandpa.
Ouch.
Just Grandpa. I know. I'm like, poor dad. Like, I just didn't even need him in this movie. But can we talk about the romance? Do you think there was chemistry? Do you think were they better off friends? Because they were really fun friends together.
I
They
think friends.
were.
I didn't feel their chemistry.
I did a little bit. And
When?
it was probably thanks to Steven. But no, but I did a little bit. Like when he was helping her with the dishes and
Sure.
she asked him about when you said that you couldn't go to dinner because of work. I saw you. And he said, "Oh, no, that was for work. I had to go to the gym. I had to work out. It's part of my schedule." And like, "Oh, okay." And then, they all of a sudden stop and there was some major lip staring going on.
Major lip staring. And this was the type of couple where we talk about in Hallmark movies. You're both single. You feel the moment. You have some tension there. Kiss. Like, that's okay. It's actually okay to kiss.
We're grown-ups.
Point.
Come on.
Grown-ups. Exactly. Well, I thought I had missed something when they were sitting by the fire and she lays her head on his shoulder. And I was like,
I know. I rewound it. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I miss something?
Wound it too. I was like, I missed something. I missed a conversation. Nope, we did not miss a thing. She just lays her head on his shoulder. He starts talking about future plans for a camp, an outdoor camp. And I was like, whoa, okay.
We took a leap.
Escalated.
Things move fast in the Rockies, I guess.
I guess so.
Oh, man.
Oh, but can we talk, since you mentioned it, about this camp idea for like a second? I was like, he seemed to kind of come up with this out of thin air. Like to me, didn't feel like a serious thought. Like he's just like, oh, I just have this dream, blah, blah, blah. And then by the end, they're like, let's ditch our careers and do it. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Well,
forget a job in New York. Forget being a paramedic. I'm like, wait a second.
With the guy, I didn't even know what hiking boots were.
I know. Well, he said, when she said, I got the job in New York, I got it again, I'm going to go or something. And he was like, yeah, you should and stuff. And then she gets all mad, like, you don't want me to stay? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said, what about us? And that's when he kind of acknowledges that was just an idea. It was just kind of a fun idea. It wasn't anything serious. She gave me whiplash at the end there. Like,
oh gosh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I wrote a note because she kept like getting mad and then being okay. I was like, she can't seem to decide if she's upset or wants him.
Yes.
Does she want to slap him or grab his face and kiss him?
Oh no. Yeah, it really bothered me when she got mad that he wanted her to go. I was like, he's trying to support your dream and you're mad?
Right.
Okay.
And he said, you can't stay just for me. I mean, that's actually a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Like to have someone just stay just for you. You start to wonder, like, will they resent it that they gave up their dream for me and stuff like that?
Well, and especially after so short a time.
So short. Yeah. And honestly, even at the end when he proposed, I also rewound it because I was like, did I miss a 1 year later type of thing? Is this like the next Christmas?
The same thing. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Everything's faster in the Rockies, Carrie.
Things move fast in the Rockies. I didn't know that until this movie.
We learned something. This is valuable information. If you want an escalated, fast romance, head to the Rockies.
At least it was educational. Well, they really leaned into the buffalo check in this movie too. There was buffalo check, everything, everywhere, which I actually love buffalo check. That red, I love it. But this one, I was like, whoa, we are lumberjacks. We are buffalo check everything. And it was intense.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
This movie was a journey for sure.
It was a journey. It was a journey.
And we were hiking up a mountain with it.
You know, and it wasn't the journey I wanted to go on, actually. I wanted so badly for this movie to be, I gave it a diamond ring status in anticipation of,
Oh,
I think
I
I think we
really-
all did. I did too.
I think, what you did too, Jess? You
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah.
did.
Cammie, did you?
I don't remember what I gave it.
You got to go back and see, because I gave 4 diamond rings. I'm 2 out of 4 on actually being
Well, it's not
right.
that bad, actually.
It could
No,
be
it's not that
worse.
bad.
Shall we move to our ratings for this one?
Oh,
Cammy, I think you should go first.
I don't even know. I really don't even know what I would give this one.
Cammy, you're supposed to come prepared. You're fine.
Fine. Bye. Okay. I'm gonna go with a 3. It had good points, and Steven definitely elevated it, but yeah, it was a half done movie.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll give it a 3.
All right. Carrie, how about you?
Well, I also gave it a 3, actually, Cammie. So I'm with you there, because there were elements that, like, okay, fine. You know, I loved the competition part. I thought that was kind of fun. I really did. I do love Stephen Huszar, and you can't help it if you're not given a good script, you know, and he really, really did his best. So I really liked him. I liked the grandpa.
She
wanted-
just loves to look at him.
I mean, but even his beauty couldn't save this movie. I mean, I wanted a wood chopping movie, and they gave us a first draft, and so I'm ready for that second draft. I'm ready for that final draft. Like, give us another one. Just give us another one.
Right. We want a real wood chopping movie.
Real wood chopping. Let's do it. So 3. I'm a 3 out of 10 as well.
Cool. Well, it's a trifecta because I gave it a 3 too.
Hey-o!
Yeah. I think my 3 stars were for the competition itself.
Saved it a little bit at the end from being.
That's right. All right. Let's move on. Fixing Up Christmas. This one is known as a fixer for difficult clients. A talented party planner must help a young CEO plan the Christmas party of the year to dazzle the mayor and save his company. Will the fixer fix something more than just the company? Starring Natalie Dreyfus and Marshall Williams. So I thought this one was a big surprise. I don't think I planned to really enjoy it, and I loved it.
Okay.
Well, I have to agree with you. I loved it as well. I thought it was fantastic. And I did, in anticipation of this movie without seeing it, you know, this was my 4th diamond ring. So I was hoping that this would be so good, because I love Natalie Dreyfus, love her. And Marshall Williams is a little hit and miss for me, but he was so good in this.
And in that last
He
up
was
one
so
that he was in too with the
Science
other
Seal-
Natalie,
No.
Natalie Hall.
Yeah, Natalie Hall. What was that one called? I'm sincerely yours
You're
truly.
truly,
something like that.
sincerely yours.
Yeah.
Sincerely yours truly. The words are there.
Yes, he was just coming off of a really good one in the summer. And so this, I was really,
Year of
really
Marshall.
He did a great job in this. They had such good chemistry. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Cammie,
I feel like
did you
Cammy
like it?
disagrees with us.
Did you like it?
No. I did like it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, because it didn't quite get there for me. And I wanted to enjoy it more than I did, because I love Marshall. I think he's adorable.
Yeah.
I think that Marshall is adorable. I still hold the very unpopular opinion that Hallmark's winter movie, Amazing Winter Romance, is one of the best ones that they came out with that year. But he is just adorable, and he has some really, really strong moments. He can be hit or miss, but I thought that he did well in this role. I felt that in the entirety that the film just held back a little bit. It didn't go full throttle. You know, I thought that it could have gone just a little bit more. And so I was kind of gunning for it. I was like, come on, you can do it.
Well, she was on the Dating List, which was another Up movie from 2019 or something. And ever since that one, I was just like, I just love her. She's fresh. She's natural. She's a little sarcastic.
Yeah.
She was, those are the characters that she plays. And she's cute as a button. And I thought she did a good job. They had interesting relational development. He kind of starts off this kind of too cool for school type of guy.
Yeah.
And she just like softens him, and he starts to enjoy her and enjoy what they're doing, planning the party together.
All of that, I thought it was fantastic.
So cute. They
Yeah.
had such cute chemistry with dancing together. I thought they kind of sizzled. Ooh,
I literally wrote fire on my notes for the dance scene.
What
I was
did you
like,
write,
"Ooh,
Jess?
getting hot in here."
What did you write?
Fire.
Ooh.
it was so cute and so just like, yeah, it sizzled for me. That was really good. So
Well, and the fact that he was teaching her how to dance, I was like, oh girl, you just got told by the really cute guy.
Yeah, they were a great pairing, and they had such good banter. And I really liked, kind of like what you said, Carrie. She was this kind of quirky, plucky character, and I thought that was really fun.
yeah, and she
was
stayed
super
that
cute.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came to really appreciate her and what she brought. And for me, her story arc of like the wanting her advance in her company, but if she didn't, then maybe wanted to step out on her own. I was all for it. I thought that they wrote that really well, and she acted that really well. And to kind of say, yeah, that was a genuine kind of honest moment in business that you could believe
Right.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, completely. That and I really loved that part of their relationship, that he says, it sounds to me, someone who is involved in business, that they're just spinning their wheels.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me like they're not going to give that to you. And instead of getting defensive about it, the way a lot of heroines do, she didn't get defensive. She took it to heart. She listened to him, and then she started watching for the signs.
Yeah.
And then I think she did the completely right thing. She said to her boss, am I ever going to get this promotion? And her boss was finally honest with her. And she wasn't angry, but she didn't stay. She didn't stay and take more of that. She said, yeah, that's okay. Actually, no, it's not. It's like, yeah, girl.
But she did it in such a respectful way, and she didn't need to make a big speech to the whole company. She didn't need to storm out or anything. She just did it. I will finish my job, and then I have to, I'm quitting. And
she did it like an adult would.
Yes. And honestly, the way that she faced her mistake at the end, where she still thinks it's something she said to the mayor that cost this guy his job. Oh my gosh, I totally forget his name. Yeah, that cost him his job. And she wants to face the music. She wants to go to this party, talk to him, like not confront, but talk to the mayor, kind of right her wrong type of thing. She was really courageous. I mean,
she was.
Yeah, I think they handled the conflicts really well in this movie. It was one of the things I really enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
I was really angry when the model broke. I was like, why did you throw that? Why are you standing right by the stinking thing?
I know, I saw it coming and I was like, no. no.
Honestly, when they started dancing in the office, I was like, this is a little out of character for him. It seems a little weird. Like, this is kind of odd. And I thought maybe she was going to walk in or something else. But then here his coworker falls and smashes the model that he designed. So sad.
But he handled it like an adult. And he's like, okay, we'll figure it out. Have a
Mhm.
new plan. And it all
Started to
still
be-
works. Okay.
Yeah. He started to be that good leader that, you know, his dad wanted to watch. But by the way, like his dad, I just felt like was more like a young uncle. Like he wasn't like old enough to be his dad.
Okay, that's
So
one way to put it.
strange. It just is strange to me sometimes the way that, who they cast. But anyway, I'd love to talk to a casting agent one time or a casting director.
There you go.
Jenny Lind or, you know, somebody who I always see on these movies. But just want to talk about that.
Yeah. What else? Do you have anything else? I just loved it. So I thought the writing was really great. I love the dialogue that they had. They had a lot of snappy fun. Like when they were throwing the pom-poms at each other, I'm like, this is something that I would do.
And then they
Yeah,
were
you
sorry,
would.
we'll clean it up. Yeah.
We'll clean it up. We're gonna be children, but then we'll be adults.
How about the scene where they're decorating the office Christmas tree and her friend and the other coworker comes in and both of them are trying to like
Cut
see
the other off.
if the other people like, you know, kind of test each other. I thought that was a really cute scene. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was adorable. What are you two doing here? What are you two doing here? It's just like, oh man.
That was very cute.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
And we have that actor. Now he also was in Chesapeake Shores this season, but he was just so funny. He was like this unassuming like coworker in this movie, no fanfare or anything. And he's such a great actor too. He pops up all over the place.
Well, and at the end when he's asking her out, the friend, I cannot remember her name. But when he's asking the friend out dressed as Santa, you know,
yeah,
he's not making a huge deal. He's not making a huge declaration. And when she says yes, he doesn't do this big he just smiles. You know,
and he's like, cool. Yeah, cool.
it
So
was
this-
sweet. It was
I loved it.
sweet. Yeah.
So who we're talking about here is Matthew Kevin Anderson is his
Thank
name.
you.
Matthew Kevin Anderson. And he's been around for a while in Hallmark
A
movies,
long
and other movies,
time.
but very good actor.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, are you guys ready to rate it?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. Carrie, how about you start this one off?
Well, like I said, I really loved this movie. I thought it was so great for a party planning movie. It kept my
Yes.
interest.
It made a party planning
my
movie exciting.
Yes, made it exciting. I was rooting for her to go off and do her own business, party planning business. I was rooting for them as a couple. I thought they had such great chemistry. So I have rated mine an 8.5 out of 10.
Nice. I'll one up you. I gave it a 9.
Oh, wonderful. I was kind of going back and forth, 8.59, but I settled on 8.5. So tell me
Wait a minute.
why
Wait a
9.
minute. I thought we were going out of 5 here, guys.
No, we did 10 for up.
Oops.
A 3.
Oh gosh.
So you really didn't mean to give the last one a 3 then.
I didn't mean to give it a 3. No, I would have given it more of a 4, maybe a 5. Yeah.
Well, we go out of 10 with up.
Welcome
Okay.
to up.
All right. So like I said, it fell a tiny bit short for me, and I wanted to enjoy it more than I did, but I still thought that it had a good foundation and it had a lot of really good elements. So I'm gonna give it a 7.9.
There you go.
Ooh.
All right. Very good.
Technical, Cammy.
I
Very
know.
specific.
Oh my.
All right. Our last one was Christmas Together. And this one is a woman leaves New York for LA after a breakup and falls in love while renting the guest house of a young father, starring Vivica A. Fox, Anna Marie Dobbins, and Mark Herman. Okay. I have one question about this movie.
Why?
Okay, I actually have more than one question. One main question. What season were we supposed to be in? Because it's sunny. Maybe it's sunny in California in Christmas time. I don't know. But she had a heater, but they'd always had their door open and like her shoulder exposed. And I'm like, are you hot?
Yeah,
Are you
and
cold?
she
I
said,
don't know
"Oh
what
no, my
temperature."
heater's out." Like,
What's
it's
the temperature?
California.
And then she walks outside with no jacket and her shoulders exposed. I'm like, it can't be that cold.
No jacket. So we are in Central California. Christmas, Tinseltown, USA, Central California. It does get cold at night. It definitely does. But there for sure is no snow. I mean, this was not,
There was sunshine.
there was sunshine and sunshine only. And maybe
Not
mountains,
even overcast skies.
some definitely stars, some mountains. I was so very confused about just the terrain of Tinseltown, USA, or Tinsel, USA. The front of the house did not match the back of the house. The neighbor's house, where the heck was the neighbor's house? I want to see a map of this subdivision, really, is what I want to see. Because then you go out and he tries to show her the stars, and there's like a valley, like mountains or something. And I was like, what is this place? I didn't understand it.
Yeah, there was some story continuity issues all around in this
Oh, you think?
movie. My favorite one was when she's messaging the little girl to get the house for rent, and she's like, I've looked all over, and it's you looked on the internet for 0.1 second. But you looked all over. Okay, great. This one was something.
Okay, I love the concept of this movie. I loved
Yes.
it. The concept of this little girl going behind her widowed father's back and renting out their guest house to a stranger, a really pretty, beautiful stranger from New York City for, Christmas time. All of that could have been so fun. And they totally could have played up the Parent Trap type of hijinks a little bit more, even once she starts to realize this girl is so great.
Mm-hmm.
But why in the world did he spend so much time with his friend at coffee
Yes.
talking about a relationship that wasn't even happening?
And it wasn't interesting. They were just like shots of their face. And I'm like, this is the most boring conversation you could play for us.
Can we move on?
3 or 4 conversations with his friend at coffee, who I don't even know his friend's name. Do you even remember his friend's name?
I didn't know his name until like 20 minutes into the movie. I'm like, oh, Mason, that's Mason.
Oh yeah, I had to look it up on IMDb. I was like, what is his name? I don't know. I know there's a Mia, and I didn't even know her name. I don't think. I'm like, who is
Ava.
everybody?
Ava.
Oh,
And then the neighbor, like the concept of this movie was so fun, and I was really looking forward to it. I think she was pretty adorable. Ava was a really fun, kind of adorable, quirky character, but she also was a little like, I don't know, empty-headed.
she came across a little like pouty to me, and like I don't know, almost
Pouty.
a little childish at
So
times.
pouty.
I don't know if child is
Okay.
naive, maybe. I don't know.
Can we talk about Dean? I mean, what the heck was up with that guy? It's just like
Dean, he was a villain to the max. He was total gaslighter, like total, just like, ew. He was not a good boyfriend.
well, and he's saying, well, I have to go, so don't come with me. You go on your own vacation, and then let's take a break. And then,
Yeah, randomly
can you
out of
forgive
nowhere,
me?
let's take a break.
And then he goes, oh gosh,
And then, but now I
gave-
want you back with me.
he gave me whiplash. He
Yes.
gave me whiplash.
Yes, he was kind of a scary character. Like there were some scary moments with him that I was like, ooh,
Yeah. It's a lot
let
of red
her-
flags. She needs to get out of that
Yeah.
relationship.
I'm just like, what's your motivation in this scene, buddy? Can you map that out for us?
He likes the appearance of a girlfriend for his image, and that's about it, is what I got.
I think that was it. I think that was totally it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he was a mess. And Dr. Mason Miles. Let's talk about. So he was super young, got married young, had a child young, was widowed young. He just was really trying just to make it, but 7 years he had been widowed for 7 years.
Yeah.
And people were like, we want to see you happy. We want to see you get out there. Even his daughter was fed up with it. And she was like, please find
Go out on a
someone.
date, Dad.
Please go on a date. So he was a very interesting character to me because I can understand someone trying to play an introverted character, kind of professor type. That's intriguing to me. I like that. But when she said at the end of the movie, what took you so long? He said something like, hey, I think I know somewhere, someone, I don't know. He implied a future together. And she's like, what took you so long? I was feeling the exact same way. I'm like, put words, like use your words, man, and tell her I like you.
And wasn't he like a literature professor or something?
No, he was a science professor.
Is it science, really?
No, he's literature.
I thought it was
but
literature.
He had an astronomy club. Because
He had the
interested in
astronomy.
stars.
See, they didn't even make that clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's an artist, and he's kind of like, he is encouraging of her art, which her ex-boyfriend Dean was never encouraging of her art. And so that was kind of precious and stuff. But they for sure needed more scenes together for me to, get behind this relationship here.
Yeah. They have like one cute moment, maybe like in the car when they're looking at the Christmas lights.
And then he like walks in, both him and his daughter walk in and wake her up in the morning in the guest house.
I know.
No, thank you.
I was
Oh
like,
my
this is so awkward.
I mean, Maya walks in and is it Maya or Mia? Mia walks in, good morning, and wakes her up, and then, oh, sorry, did I wake you? I'm like, duh,
No.
Sherlock. And then he just walks in and like, excuse me, you've got a guest who is a female.
I know.
He just walks in.
Kind of guest house bed and breakfast are you running?
I know, very intrusive one. But no, they were kind of a sweet father-daughter. She was so precocious. She was so just kind of an old soul, kind of for her
age.
But she worked for me. Like I thought she
worked.
Yeah,
Yes.
She was a great little character, and this actress played it really well. She like had the most sense out of anybody in the movie. She did.
She's
great.
an entrepreneur. I mean, she knows what she wants. She's gonna get that puppy by Christmas.
And to get the puppy by Christmas, she had like this total goal that she wanted a puppy for Christmas. But she also, at the very beginning, when she was talking to the neighbor Deb about real estate and all this stuff, and then she goes and she kind of does it. I mean, this girl's gonna go places.
Yeah, she had a motivation, and it was clear, and it fed, and everything she did fed her motivation the entire movie. I thought that she was the best laid out character in the movie.
She was great.
Yeah, and her Christmas speech was super cute.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on about that Christmas speech. I was horribly confused by that scene. I thought that it was supposed to be a classroom, and then
I don't know either.
You see a bunch of adults and one kid. I was like, I'm utterly confused here. What is going on?
They didn't want to hire all the children actors.
Right. I think that's what it comes down to here.
Then don't make it a class project, or don't make it a school project. It just.
All the children were distance learning, Cammie. They were on their webcams watching from afar.
Bad
They were.
writing.
Why their
Bad
parents were there, why they
writing
were
on
not,
that.
I don't know.
Bad
That's
writing
exactly
on
what
that.
it was.
Yeah. It just, yeah, that made no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
It's like-
We've joked about this before, and I know Jess's one question about the what season was it, that type of thing. Where are we in California here? A couple things I appreciated about that. They did say at the beginning that it was California, and I'm like, okay, this is good. We're not trying to pull off, we're in a
Winter.
snowy place like
This is
winter,
the Midwest.
like, we're in California. I can get behind this, but I also kind of appreciated that they did that. They tried to highlight Christmas in a warm state, and then
because it does happen here too.
It does happen. I know. So that was kind of a cute feature of this movie. I loved this pool, this backyard, this guest house that they kept showing. I thought that was adorable. I was a little shocked that he invited her to stay with him in the house at the end.
That was a little much.
It escalated quickly. I guess they're living together now.
I guess they're living together now. Or I at least
that was the implication, at least.
Yeah.
That was the implication. I can handle that implication if I know we are headed towards marriage now.
But
it was just funny.
It was just, that was weird. And then the whole thing with the art gallery, you never see that pan out.
I want to know where she's getting her money from, because she doesn't seem like somebody who's selling a bunch of paintings.
She doesn't, but she did say kind of offhanded, that she sells enough paintings a year to get by. She says,
I've made a small name for myself.
Yeah. And which is sweet. I can see her, renting that space and being an artist in that area.
Yeah, but it doesn't show her actually renting that space.
We hope that she will.
See, that's why I think a 1 year later would have been really good in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. I think so too.
It would have shown everything panning out instead of just assuming that people understand the ending.
Yes. I think you're right, because there were just so many loose ends that a 1 year later give us 3 minutes, or 2 minutes. Yeah. And that would have really kind of helped tie up to a lot of these loose ends for us.
Yeah. Take out one of the coffee scenes.
Yeah. Ditch the friend.
Okay. How funny was, Christmas morning was so funny because he's in his jammies. The neighbor's in like a fancy dress. She I think the neighbor's husband is dressed up nicely. She's in casual clothes. I was like, did they spring it? What's happening? Christmas morning.
The neighbors just showed up.
I think they probably just showed up for a gift from Mia or something. Was there, the music in this movie, did you notice the music or any of did that make an impression at all?
No,
I didn't write anything about it.
It didn't make an impression on me at all. Cause I just, I'll tell you what did make an impression on me, and for all the wrong reasons, is all those weird pauses that they kept on taking.
What pauses?
Like for example, when Dean shows up, he's in there. Ava is in full view, right? And Dean says, I was looking for pause. And then she all of a sudden says, Dean, what are you doing here? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, really? It took you 15 seconds of silence to realize that she is in full view.
Well, Dean isn't the sharpest crayon in the box, Cammie.
That was only one example.
I didn't notice it in this movie, but I have in others.
I noticed it at least 5 times in this movie. all of these weird pauses where people are like, okay, now I say my line. Yeah, now. Okay. And it's just like, oh gosh, please no.
Oh. Well, I mean, Vivica A. Fox is fantastic always.
Yeah.
I think she's gorgeous. I think she's had such a stellar career. You know,
Is that where you were going with the music?
Yeah, because does she sing some?
I think so.
It sounded like maybe she did. So anyway, she was great, but she gave such an intriguing backstory of her own that I was like, that movie, I want to watch that movie. I want to watch her in New York with her chef, being a chef, opening her own restaurant and meeting Charles when she's dating this other loser. I want to watch that movie.
6 years.
6 years. And then
Another
20 years later.
Relationship.
Yeah, and 20 years later, she's out in California with Charles, and I'm like, well, that sounds like a great movie. I want to watch it.
Next year, it's the sequel. We're gonna flash back in time.
I want to.
Or a prequel.
Vivica, do it. Do that one. I'm here for this one.
Oh my!
I'm here.
But, Carrie, was there something else you were gonna say about the music?
Yeah, there was one song that I thought was just kind of made me giggle. She at the end, is remembering all of the good times that they had over the past week and
doing the flashback of the entire movie.
And the song that was playing during that kind of made me giggle because I wanted to double check with you guys. Did I hear this right? Were the words it's
Can
never
you get them out?
It's not Christmas. I'm trying to find them in my notes.
He's taking a dramatic pause like the actors said.
This is what I wrote in my notes. Christmas isn't Christmas if I'm not there.
I don't know.
Was that the song? That is the weirdest Christmas song. Go back and listen. If this song, I've never heard this Christmas song before, and it was really kind of made me giggle, but Christmas isn't Christmas if I'm not there.
Sounds a little narcissistic.
Oh my.
I don't think Vivica sang that song. I think she sang one at the end, but that one was just a little silly to me. So this movie, it was something. It was something that I wasn't super prepared for. And I did not know where it was going sometimes, or I thought it was going some places that it wasn't. And I was like, wow, what's happening? I did not rate this one very high. I kind of gave it, for different reasons, I gave it a 3 as well as the first one. I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I was a little more generous, but as we've been talking about it, I'm not sure I should have been more generous. I gave it a 4.
Okay. So you gave it a 4. Are there reasons that you gave it a 4?
I just think that there was a moment like here or there, it was like kind of cute and I was okay with it.
Okay.
Okay. One more point I want to make before I give it my rating. So we've talked about my thing with the jaw.
Gosh.
Right? We've talked about my thing with the kissing with the jaw.
With the jaw. Yeah.
You got to have the jaw. He didn't have the jaw.
I mean, they didn't show anything.
It was kind of an awkward kiss.
It was so awkward both times. And I don't. So I'm going to give it a 3 because of Mia. And
Mia was great.
And Vivica, Deb. Those two made it a 3.
I agree. I think that they were the highlight, and they carried the movie really well.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Deb and her husband Charles were trying to set up a romantic date, and they were miscommunicating, and she was kind of mad at him and stuff. That was just adorable. They just had such an adorable little interaction. So that was
it was cute.
You know what would have been really fun with this movie? It's like a random idea. Because at first I was excited. I'm like, oh, it's a painter, it's an artist, it's gonna be cool. And then it was like, okay, it's whatever. I think it would have been fun if the movie was more about her journey as like an artist, and like she's got like this painter's block going on. She doesn't know what she's doing, and like how her painting develops as she's like changing, and like that would have been fun.
That would have been fun too.
That would have been good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway, it sounds like we were all pretty like-minded on all three of these movies.
We were very like-minded.
Almost never happens.
And you know, which almost never happens because all of us have very, you know, we want different things from a movie. We appreciate different things about a movie, but I don't know, Fixing Up Christmas was really high, and then these other two, yeah. I want to know what other people think about these Up movies. This was the last weekend of Christmas movies from Up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they, you know, you would usually save some of your, I don't know, Fixing Up Christmas was great, but the themes really were super fun this year. I loved that with Up.
The themes were really fun. I agree.
I like that. I want to see them do that again.
All right. Well, everybody, be sure to let us know what you thought of these movies. If we have someone else out there with a wildly different opinion, we want to hear it. And Carrie, where can people find you?
Come on over to Instagram. I am at Hallmark Comics. That's Hallmark_comics. I'd love to interact with you there.
All right. How about you, Kimmy?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cami Drama Girl. Cami is spelled Kami. And you can also find me on Hardy's Hotline and on the Hooked Hardy Facebook page.
All right. And you can find me at Jess BSW blog on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast on all social media, including YouTube and iTunes. So be sure to check us out. And we look forward to seeing you in January for the next round of movies.
Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Bye.